It's your main man, TJ Chatman, host of the TJ Chatman Show, reminding you to tune in this and every Tuesday night live at 8 p.m. for an all-new episodes of the TJ Chatman Show on blogtalkradio.com/the TJ Chatman Show.
You're doing your thing with the apparel brand, and while you're doing that, you have, your son, who's watching mom do her thing, and in the meantime, it's like, okay, I want to find something that I like to do. Now, as he grows up, he's seeing all of this. Now, our topic of the night was, should a parent be held responsible for if a child bullies another child, should a parent, be held responsible for that? I know we were talking, offset and, even, in the beginning of the set. Would you be upset if your son started bullying somebody and now the parents trying to come after you because you should have been more paying attention to your kid and I'm holding you responsible? What's your take on that?
That is so... of course, as a parent, you do the best that you can, and to be held accountable for everything that your child does, it's like, what do you say? Is it fair? Is it not fair? You're the parent. You know what I mean? But that's a tough one. It's a tough one because thank goodness I can say that, my kids are pretty great kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about them going to school. I don't have to worry about dropping them off to a Magic game and sitting in executive seats. You know what I'm saying? And me not being there, So it's pretty... you got to know your kids, you know what I'm saying? Do the best that you can, you know what I mean?
Well, see, and here, because one of our listeners earlier, they actually wrote in saying that sometimes parents get deceived by their own kids because they have no idea that
they can put that face on at home, and then once they leave,
and then when they walk away, it's like, no, my child didn't do that. Y'all lying and getting ready to fight somebody.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. It's different variables.
And AD, he deals with, the youth on a daily basis, at risk youth at that.
Okay.
And so, so when you hear about kids bullying other kids, how do you take it to a point of educating them, as a mentor, as a motivational speaker, letting them know, hey, parents shouldn't be held responsible because, kids can, pull the okie doke all day, every day.
True.
Kids gonna be kids.
Things could also be happening at home. There's so many variables for the bullier. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. But like I said, you just really gotta pay attention to your kids.
Well, some of them say just because they're not getting attention at home because moms are working, fathers are either absent, or they're too busy trying to make money for the house. Right. And, hey, Dad, can you come to my soccer game? Not today, son. I got to work. Well, Mom says she has a PTA meeting. Okay, then now next thing you know, you get Billy's dad to come pick you up. And now you picking up Billy's dad's habits and all this other stuff. So now there's like, okay, well, you didn't have time for your kids. When are you going to have time for them? Because if you're not going to bring them up or teach them, the streets are.
Somebody going to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to
promise you that.
Bum fumbling all over her.
The spirit just hit me.
I was fun diddly diddly.
The spirit just hit me. So, a question just came to me, does Rock Mom got anything that kind of also caters to pregnant moms or?
Oh, most definitely. All sizes.
Okay.
So, your Rock Mom apparel with the belly.
Yeah. Okay. So pregnant moms out there,
pregnant, non-pregnant.
Yeah, non-pregnant. But I've heard a lot of pregnant women complain how they can't really find fashionable clothing while they're pregnant. So Rock Mom is a solution for that.
Most definitely.
All right.
Most definitely. Pop that hoodie on. You can even wear a crop top. The Rock Mom crop tops. Yeah.
Just let it all hang out.
Yeah, because that's your one excuse in time where you can rock your belly. If you don't have abs, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, it got to be a certain.
What about the ones that let it all hang out and they're not pregnant, but look pregnant?
Confidence is wonderful.
I'm just,
All about confidence.
Alright, so you brought somebody with you. You brought your son. Now is this
My
the oldest?
firstborn.
Oh, this the firstborn.
Yes.
Firstborn.
Yes.
All right. You still back that kind of shy? 'Cause I never seen no shy rapper before. So he said, he getting up. And I think he ready.
What's with the chest?
I think
What's
he
the
ready.
Yeah, he stuck his chest out and everything. You
Stay
know.
with your chest.
So we got to give him we got to give him a nice introduction. We gave the old school. Now we got new school.
Okay.
And I'm sure he probably know about this here.
Shaggy. You gonna go? You want me to go?
Sterling, get on the mic.
Hey. Yeah. Alright, let me wait till this be better.
Now I know you can do better than that, because the only thing AD should be rapping the
Big
sounds
man,
of
say
the
little
Burger
man.
King.
I'm faded off a little drink. I'm the main man, you the little man. Y'all be wishing that you could relate. Dominate dripping like aqua. I'm the top of all the shoppers. Loaded up, I got the choppers. While you hating, you'll watch it. Ayy, on top like roof. Might just wanna shoot. Ayy, bit like coop. Might just wanna shoot. Ayy, roof. I'm a dog proof. If you looking at me, what you trying to do? Ayy, I look with her and her friend. We talking about all this money. They said they needed a ride. Like we have a Ferrari. Yo, enough flexing too hard. Let me have all the Barbie. I give it all for hard. Living got hit, they sorry. Pull up with a quick call, make a bitch on. I be in the water, mark a polo. Gary J. Toast, so it call 5-0. We on the move, we're taking 2 slow. Big 40 shop in the go, bang bang. Talking about I'm in like with her.
Hey,
Road City. Road City. Get a can of rain and be sedated.
Hey! Sterling, he's in the building. You know, young buck in the house. I call him Young Buck because that's what it is,
Young Buck.
But he actually has his own stage name, Young Bull.
Young Bull.
And yeah. So Sterling,
Yes, sir.
you like what your mom do?
Yeah.
So what she do?
Mom sells clothes. She really good with her stuff. She's really good with promoting her stuff. She's always working hard. I know that for sure.
Don't talk to the mic. Don't be bashful. Talking to the mic, shy.
But no, for real, I know she be working hard. She's really take pride in what she does and stuff. So.
Okay. So, what inspired you to want to be a rapper? Because it sounds like you got some talent there.
First off, I'm a basketball player, so you know.
All basketball players rap.
So.
Shaq.
So.
Except for Shaq. I don't know that
rapping,
stuff.
I just like music so much. Like class, I used to get in trouble for like whatchamacallit, like rapping and stuff, like making beats and all that stuff. So then I started making my own beats. Then I put some stuff on YouTube. I like them, but now looking at my work now, I don't like them no more. But I've been transferring. I never been in the studio. I just like this is my second time being in the studio.
Okay.
I never recorded in the studio. Everything's off my phone. I edit through my phone. I record off my phone. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know AD. He has a lot of experience in making that phone editing sound crisp quality. And I'll be looking at his videos, and I'm like, bro, where's your camera crew at? And what sound mic, what boom mic you had? He'll say, TJ, see this little thing right here?
There's no boom.
That's it. This the boom. This the boom. And you see this app? You see this app right here?
Great.
This the camera crew.
Technology.
Well, where the crew at? You're looking at
You
it.
looking at me.
Hey, make sure y'all follow
So,
TJ Chatman.
So what, like right now you're 15, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you plan on doing after high school?
Well, I always got to have my biggest plan first, so I want to be in the NBA. If I can't do that, that's when I'll fall back on music. If that doesn't work, I want to be an architectural engineer because I like to draw and stuff.
Okay.
And
Well, you said a lot of things about if that doesn't work, if that doesn't work. I can understand that sometimes you gotta put in your mind that sometimes the things that you want you may not get.
yeah,
But if you go after what you want, you will achieve it.
I
A lot of people. You gotta claim that thing. Now we got my manager. He's actually a basketball coach for Boone High School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's gotten plenty of talent to the next level, college. He's a track coach also.
Mm-hmm.
One of his, he helped one of his players develop, and right now he plays for the Florida Gators. And he's listen. After this session, I'm gonna hook you up with him, and he's gonna talk to you. And first thing I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna preach to you about education.
Yes, sir.
Forget all about I want to be the NBA. I want to do all this other stuff. First thing, listen, if you ain't got your grades right, can't play for me. before you even touch that ball, before you even step foot on that court. I need to see them grades.
Yes, sir.
You know, and that's one thing he's gonna preach to you. So if you ain't about the grades, I'm gonna go ahead and say your time. But you got a mom over here, so I understand your grades probably gonna be up to par.
Yeah, they are.
My mama don't play.
Yeah, he's a freshman and he graduated 8th grade high honors.
Oh, whoa. You're a freshman.
Yes, sir.
Freshman as in like fresh meat, like ninth grader?
9th grader, yes.
Wow, Joker taller than me. Y'all be feeding these children. Oh my goodness, I can't. Coach, you see this over here?
I do.
Recruit.
And what school are you currently attending?
I'm currently attending West Oaks Academy.
Oh, the academy school. Academy. You ever thought about going to IMG?
I never. A lot of people talk about it over there. How they have a lot of
That height?
Or Mount Vernon.
Oh, Mount Vernon. That height? 15? 15?
Doesn't right.
You spit some bars, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. And you guys just keep striving. You know, your mom got your Paraline, and hopefully by the time you get where you're getting at, she'll have kids clothesline or something other, and just make it happen, man.
All right, my brothers and sisters. Tonight's chocolate letter actually is being written by a 22-year-old female from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, Lipperdale.
It goes as follows. Bear with me, it is a little lengthy though. Here we go. Hello TJ, I am a single 22-year-old woman with no kids. Before I begin my story, this is the first time that I was listening. This will be the first time with me listening to your show. And however, I was told by one of my friends who listens to your show that you don't judge people about their problems. So I hope after reading my story, y'all will continue to not judge. Well, like I said earlier, I am a 22-year-old young lady with no kids. However, all of my friends have kids. I live paycheck to paycheck. But it seems like the world is against me. I live with my parents because I can't afford to be out on my own. My friends with kids are living the good life. They have their own places through Section 8, food stamps, child support, Medicaid, and so many other great benefits. That's not fair. They even get more money during tax season. At this point in my life, I want to have a baby since there are so many benefits in having them. My mom will raise them. That way, I have more money. I can get my own place with lots of food. Win-win situation, right? It's not fair that people with no kids get punished for it. Here we go. Honestly, I really don't like kids. I get aggravated every time I have to babysit my baby cousins, but I thank God for my mom as she steps in and helps raise them as well. I recently met a black guy who is financially stable in college, plays college football, and has both parents in his life. And he doesn't have kids. See, to me, he is a perfect person for me to feel as if that we will make beautiful children together. In case you were wondering, I'm white. I don't want to get married, but he seems like he will be a great father and husband. We already flirt with each other, but the problem is he doesn't want to have kids anytime soon, all because he plans on going to the NFL. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to let him knock me up. That way, I can start getting paid like my friends do. The problem that I'm facing is that I honestly like him, but if I tell him the truth, then I know he would say no. So my plan is to pretty much let him know at the end of the day that I am on birth control, but the other problem is the fact that I actually love him. I don't want to jeopardize what we have going on. Am I selfish for wanting to get what I want? Please, 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 TJ and the crew, give me some advice. What should I do?
I want to answer that last question with a question. You know, I read this morning, and the question was, am I selfish for wanting to do the trifling things I want to do to get what I want. Well, I have some questions for you. Is giraffe pussy tall? All right. Does do fire ants have small penises? All right. Let me tell you. Is the sky blue? Is the grass green? What else? Yes. Hell yes. All right. Let me tell you. Does pig turd smell? Yes, they do. Yes, and this is selfish of you to attempt such a feat like this. All right, and I strongly want to discourage you from doing something like this. Not only are you only thinking of yourselves, but you're not thinking about the stress you would be adding on to your mother, who you want to delegate your responsibilities to. You're gonna change the course and the path of a young man's life who, as you wrote in and pointed out, he seems to be on the right track, but you want to trap him. And, by hitting him with the okie doke, which hopefully the young brother listens to the show. Don't fall for it. All right, let me tell you, because that's the oldest trick in the book. You want to tell him that you on birth control and he can shoot the club up and everything gonna be all right. And that's not how it's going. That's not. Hopefully the young brother got security guards and metal detectors at the club. All right, but. You want to tell him he can shoot the club up, and he can't shoot the club up. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing that to be deceitful. But not only that, most importantly, you're not considering the well-being of the child that you bring into this world. All right? You don't understand at this point in time that when you have a child, you have a debt and an obligation to the child. And here it is, you are already bringing a child in the world with the intentions of passing that child on to someone else, and that, my sister, is dead wrong. As my boy Kim would say, you're wrong, dead wrong, baby.
You sound like the food stamp accepting females.
Yes, yes.
So,
go ahead on, fellas. That's my take on it.
Ma'am, I appreciate you listening to your friend, because I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out, what chocolate letter that's been written that sounds like that. If you say, your friends, Section 8 and all this other good stuff, we don't judge. We never judge.
So here, I want to make a point, and this will answer your question. I'm starting to realize that some people write in knowing what they're thinking about or what they're going through ain't right. And they just need somebody else to tell them that it ain't right. That's what that is. Like last week, the brother just needed us to tell him that, hey, this ain't right. The pastor that was going from the pulpit to the stripper pole and had a G-string and pumps on her choir robe. Some people just need another good common sense ear to tell them that this ain't right. And that's what we are in the business of doing right here at the TJ Chatman Show. So, it ain't right, sis. It ain't right.
So, ma'am, don't do it. I understand, you think that having kids gonna give you money, but it's more to that.
It costs more money than it'll get you.
It costs, exactly. Okay, yeah, you get $1,000 back because you claim the kid on tax return and all this other good stuff because, you out there working, you probably work, I don't know where you work at, you probably work at McDonald's or, you're 22 years old or, you live with your mom and them. So I don't know what you got, what is Wendy's, something other. So don't do it. Because it's gonna, I got an ally, and I've the reason why we allies now is because this ally came in and did me wrong because I did wrong. Her name's Karma. Everybody know Karma, right?
Oh yeah,
everybody know Karma, right?
If you make this error with ill intentions that you have, just to get a freebie, you will need to know this in your life as a parent. You will have 2 judgment days. One, on the day that you die, but while you're living, your child will become an adult and you will have to answer to your child, Mama, why didn't you do this? Why didn't we have this? Why did this go this way? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you properly prepare me to go into the world? All right? And, you know, you're going to have to answer these kind of questions. And you want to be able to answer these questions as an adult, knowing that you brought the child into the world the right way, you know, without bad intentions, if you will, you know, because sometimes children are not intended. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you're bringing a child into a bad situation on purpose, and that's not right.
AD, your closing thoughts on this one?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, Ryder. Your priorities are wrong. If nobody has told you that straight up, there's no judgment in a sense. I'm gonna just state the obvious. For you to be, you know, where you're at, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are a whole bunch of other great 22-year-old individuals out there that's doing great things. But I think based off the letter, I'm gonna go based off surface. I'm a surface type of guy. What you present to me, this is what I'm gonna talk about. So I'm not gonna speculate anything else furthermore. So for you to have a mind frame to think that you're going to bring a child into this world and dish it off to your mother, I'm going to be honest with you, that right there itself, it kind of, you know, you don't want to be in that category of an unfit mother. You know, you're just going to continue to put that stigma on of, I'm going to bring a child in this world and I'm going to pass it off and somebody else raise it, X, Y, and Z. At the end of the day, you know, just like Luce Cannon had said, you're going to be judged for that. You know, and, you know, you're looking at it from a monetary standpoint. You do not know what people really actually go through behind the scenes, Section 8, you know, all those different types of things. However, you know, I do know people that are on it. You know, don't get me wrong, they are receiving the assistance per se. But at the end of the day, you said you living at home because you feel as if that you cannot afford to live on your own. I'm going to need for you to work a little bit more harder. Stop giving excuses for why you can't have whatever lifestyle I'm sure that you want for yourself. And if you're thinking about adding a responsibility, this is a big one. This is a big boom. You know, that little quiver, he gonna say whatever to you, lay it down, make it do what it do. Them little 30 seconds gonna turn into some real life, you know, situations that's gonna create for your life. So don't do that for yourself. You're still young, vibrant, I'm sure, got a lot of things going on. And this is one responsibility. If you can hold off literally until you become more mature within yourself, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, then please do so. I'm telling you, because once the conception take place, then it is out of your hands. I'm gonna be straight up with you. You know, it is once it takes place, once the, you know what I'm saying, they sperm and the egg hit, you have no control over that. And now you have formed a life. You know, everybody has an opinion on it, but I'm gonna just state it what it is. So be up, be blessed. Please make the right and the best decision for yourself, for your life, for that young man as well. Yes, you selfish, straight up.
My last comment, and I'm gonna make it short and sweet. You know, if you love this young man, you know, first of all, I recommend that you leave him alone because you don't mean him no good. But what I really want to say is, perception is everything. So here's what you want to do. You want to take this time that you have to learn how to take care of yourself before you bring another responsibility into this world. That's it for me.
And one last thought on this. You know, we got Sam in the building, and just real quick. What's your take on this?
Well, hey everybody. So I had the pleasure of reading this morning, and my take, I would agree with pretty much everyone else in the room. I'm not going to tell her she's selfish because this is a non-judgmental environment.
But she asked the question.
She asked the question. So it's a yes or no.
That's
Is she
fine.
selfish?
You guys answered the question. I'm not answering that. This is a non-judgmental environment. But my take on it is, can't you just get a second job or a better job? Go to school.
I'm sorry.
I understand that your mom would take care of it, but who took care of you? I have all these questions. But being a mom, it's one of the best things ever. So to want to sit here and pawn that off on someone else just so you can live on the government,
Irresponsible.
I don't think that's the best route.
Ain't no thing.
I don't think that's the best route. You, like I said, go to school, get a better job, move. Fine. You know, there are some places probably where your income, you can probably get a lot more than what you're getting where you're at. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move. Yeah.
That's that.
And
remember,
get a mentor. Y'all so silly. And if you do go through with this, just a note of caution coming from someone who is unfortunately going through a custody case. just know that the father of your child does have rights to your child. So it's
Yeah, tell
not
her that
going to be...
Tell her that side of
Tell her
it.
that
She in that.
So it's not just going to be, hey, here you go, mom, take care of my child full time. The father of the child does have rights, and he also gets to claim the child on taxes. So therefore, that money that you were anticipating on receiving for the next 18 years, that might get cut in half because he's going to be able to claim your child. And if he wants to see your child, at least 50% of the time, you might not be able to claim your child at all. So there goes all of that tax money you were looking forward to. So just a note of caution before you get into something that you cannot undo.
Don't let him shoot up the club.
Yeah, just think of all the scenarios, especially the worst case ones. What if he decides to take you for full custody because you're not taking care of your kid? It's in your mother's care, and your mother technically doesn't have any rights to your child, but the father of your child does. And then you would end up without your child and still not being able to live off of Section 8 because you don't have the child in your care. So it just defeats the whole purpose. Let's be honest. It's 2018. Can't we just be honest with each other? My gosh. And I close on that.
I would like to welcome the CEO of Baylife Entertainment Magazine. They call her White Chocolate. Yes.
Yeah.
White chocolate in the building.
For the ladies.
Girl power.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, listen, I'm just like surrounded right now by girl power. You know, and they ain't even gotta be, white, black, peppermint stripe or caramel or
I just want to know one thing.
or whatever it is.
They call you white chocolate, but do you taste like white chocolate?
No, see, leave it up to him. Leave it up to him.
I've heard I'm a little sweet.
Oh.
I drink a lot of water. I eat my chia seeds and flax seeds, and I eat a lot of fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Pineapples and strawberry.
Well, she just told you the secret.
Strawberries and
Listen, make sure you douche with
Hey, you're going too far.
plain yogurt. Plain yogurt.
Ooh, plain
Little
yogurt.
secret.
Write
Yeah.
it
See, a
down.
lot of you ladies is tearing your walls down. You don't realize you're not supposed to all that vinegar and all that stuff inside your stuff. It's not good for you. Yeah. Trust what I tell you now.
You heard it.
Ladies,
You heard it from White
everybody
Chocolate.
go get some
Gentlemen,
Dannon.
We got her.
Listen what I'm telling you now.
Wow.
Listen, plain yogurt. Probiotics.
Oh man.
Tell them white chocolate sent you.
So
She just learned me. She just learned me.
so White Chocolate. Tell us about Baylife Entertainment Magazine. What type of magazine is this?
We focus on lifestyle, music, fashion, everything. Pretty much an urban magazine.
Okay, and where you guys are stationed out of?
I'm based out of Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida.
Baylife.
All the way to the man. So what like upcoming projects you got going on?
As of right now, our next issue of the magazine is going to be coming out at the Classic Car Show. That's actually what we came
Okay.
down here for.
Okay.
We had an interview on for 104.5 The Beat, but we actually had to postpone.
Hold that up for the camera.
Oh, sure.
So let people see what it is, the magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the magazine is just for up and coming artists, anybody that's trying to get themselves, out there in the state of Florida.
Like comedian Loose Cannon.
No, yeah, absolutely. We do anything. If you have any, like, we have a section called Hot Tapes. Is basically anybody that has any, an album or a mixtape that they're dropping that they're trying to get out there. We have the section called Hot Tapes. That you guys can put into the magazine. We have a DJ directory. A lot of people are so focused on, like, they say that we need to fix things in our state, and we need to start focusing on, togetherness and unity and all this other bullshit. I don't necessarily look at us coming together in unity. I just think that a lot of people need to learn the basics of moralities and respect. I don't have to like you to work with you, and I don't have to like you at all, but, working together is definitely essential. And I feel like as a state in a whole, I feel like we need to focus on us before we worried about going to Miami and going to Atlanta. And if you're miserable here, your ass is going to be miserable in Atlanta too. So I definitely feel like we're supposed to
That's not about right.
focus on us. And actually, wish that I brought the other magazine. The very first issue said, and I hashtag it all the time, we're done talking, we done talking, and Florida strong. Because excuses are tools used by the weak and incompetent, used to build monuments of absolutely nothing.
Preach.
So you can consistently talk about what we shoulda, couldas, and wouldas, but I'm not the type of person to sit here and make excuses. I'm gonna get off my ass and I'm gonna do something with it. You know, those bills come every 30 days.
Good motivation right here on the TJ Chatman show.
Hey,
Preach.
I just did some chills.
Amen.
So
Just get out the chair and let her do her thing. You know?
she got the mic.
Right.
Here go 2 microphones.
So-
Hold on. Just.
And then just so you guys know, for anybody who's looking to advertise, like even like you said, as far as if you have any shows, up and coming shows, or even with your station, anything that you guys are trying to advertise, whether you're an up and coming artist, businesses, or anything that you're trying to advertise, I'm not a bullshit magazine. I'm not like everybody else. I set myself apart from everybody else. We print thousands of copies. The magazine is free to the public, so you know what I'm saying. You know, as urban folks, we don't like to pay for shit. You know, we're just keeping it G with you. You know. So I make my money off of the advertising. One thing you'll learn about White Chocolate, I keep it funky with you. Like I don't sugarcoat shit.
We can dig it.
So but yeah, it's free to the public, and I also have statewide distribution. If you open the magazine, you'll see DTLR. We are distributed to every DTLR across the state of Florida, and we are also building 5 magazines that we are. Not 5 magazines, my apologies. We have, we're building 5 stores in the Miami-Dade County area because we don't have any stores down there now, and we definitely want to, excel as far as with DTLR, work hand in hand with DTLR.
Shout out to DTLR.
Definitely shout out Robin. This is Robin right here. This is actually me and Robin right here.
And they sold them tickets for me when I had my show, that we talked about last season on the TJ Chip. So I'm familiar with Robin and the whole DTLR franchise.
Yes, that's Bestie. Shout out to Bestie. So, and DTLR, they definitely support my movement and everything that I do. I mean, I also have other distribution. I have, barbershops and studios and things of that nature. So, if you guys are willing to be a distribution location, definitely get at me. With advertising, if you have a place of business, I also give you a discount. If you're a distribution location, I'll give you a discount off of if you're advertising with me as well. So just, anything that you're trying to do or get out into the community, we're definitely, I'm on tour right now, just so you guys know, I'm on tour. I'm doing a whole statewide tour of the state of Florida. Just to reach the masses. So yeah, we've got a lot of iHeart stations. I'm everywhere. Everybody knows my crazy ass. If you don't know White Chocolate, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Hey,
I like that.
She done said everything and answered the question before I answered the question. Boy, she been in this game for a minute.
Well, I also do radio. I'm on the Shizzle show.
See, I can tell.
Each and every Thursday.
Get that
From
plug
9
in.
to
Get that
11.
plug in.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually about to start on 99 Jams in St. Petersburg, which is FM. I've had all the big heads in the building, from TJ Chatman with a P. Shout out TJ Chatman, DJ Demp, JT Money, Tom G, Burger. Like, there was definitely a lot of awesome people that support my movement. But we just released in February, and via social media, we're already at over 1 million in analytics.
It's big.
I'm the shit.
Advertise,
Ain't no wrong with
I'm
the
the shit. White Chocolate, they don't like. A lot of people don't really like me because I've been in the music industry for probably 2 years, and in 2 years, my shit talking crazy ass freckle face have done more than most of these guys have done in 20 years.
And don't believe, be like you're the only one, because at this point it's like I'm getting the same stuff. I've only been doing this thing for about 2 years now, and I got cats that's been in the game like for a long time. It's like, dang, how he was able to do that? This joker just getting started.
Right.
And like my co-host say, my good friend, AD, this is your season.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me
let
me elaborate on that, and I'm gonna tell you, just because me, as you see, I'm a Chicago girl. I was born and raised in Chicago, so I like to pop off. I fight, I weigh, whatever. I'm trying to be more professional. You know what I'm saying?
She's over Harold's fried chicken woman. You know what I'm saying? Listen, can't you see collard greens and cornbread? And I could cook it too, real good. See about me.
But what you have to do though, and I'm learning, and my life will tell you, and a lot of people that know me, they'll tell you, you know, white chocolate crazy as hell. She about her business, but she crazy as hell. But to be honest with you, don't focus on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Focus on the people who F with you. Focus on those people. Don't focus on the negativity because, you know, it's just like broke people. They have time to sit on social media and talk shit and pay attention to the bullshit and always watch you fall and wait for you to fall and all that type of shit. Don't pay attention to that. You keep on moving and you keep your, you know what I'm saying, what grandma used to say, shoulders back, head up, straight forward.
Just like that. Yeah. You never know who's going to stop by the studio.
Fuck the haters, and I said it to have fun. Fuck y'all. You see me.
I'll pay the fine.
I'm glad this is that radio show.
I'll pay the fine.
You know why? Because we pay the cost to be the boss.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
White Chocolate, we definitely appreciate you stopping by.
I vote she gonna be one of the most memorable
He said
guests
he
of the
gonna
season.
fly. I got Rick sliding
I
in
vote
there.
that down.
So definitely, you know, let people know
Yeah, I
how
was
they
gonna
can, how
say
they
you
can
guys
follow
can
you.
you guys can find me really on all social media. Baylife Entertainment Magazine. I mean, as soon as you type in Baylife, I'm gonna come up.
Pop up.
Yeah, same thing with Facebook. Baylife Entertainment Magazine. You can find me anywhere. Like I said, if you guys are looking to get whatever you know your movement is out, you know, get at me. I definitely am gonna be there. I've worked with a little bit of everybody. That we've had the magazine, and from when you go to my page, you'll be able to see. But I mean, I was just with DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club. I mean, I've got pictures with Young M.A. We've got pictures with 50 Cent, D.L. Hughley. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Yeah.
She said,
I'm in your face. I'm as you see my personality, like I'm in your face. I don't take no for an answer.
I love it. And
You're just gonna tell me, okay, white chocolate, just to shut me up, because I'm not gonna stop talking.
Oh no, we finna segue.
You gonna run me
We finna go ahead and segue because we gonna rap because I'm gonna let my manager holler at you because we gonna do some things big. So you know, so we got some time left, and party ain't a party without sipping tea with Sam. So we got a question.
Sam, what we talking about?
We got a question from one of our listeners, and what's the question that they got for you?
All right, so shout out to 100 Since 93 on IG. So he goes, hey Sam, I have a question for you. How do you maintain balance of being good but not being taken advantage of? How do you let people know or show you're not the one to be played with? Ooh.
Well,
Sounds like we need to go back to some Aretha for that. Some respect.
with a K? That Birdman.
Respect. We do respect with a K.
Okay.
So that was a tough one because you can't really necessarily, in my opinion, you can't sit here and portray to be good and then also expect respect at the same time. You have to, a lot of the time, not only earn your respect, you know, you have to sit here and show these people that you mean business. And I don't want to say that doesn't mean you still can't be a good person, but you also have to kind of be a little bit more tough. And most of the time when you, from your question, what I'm getting, I'm just feeling like you mean that you are nice, not good. So being a nice person, you can of course be a nice person. That's great. That's beautiful. But to sit here and feel like you're being taken advantage of, you got to step up. Sometimes that requires a little bit of a tougher exterior. Sometimes you got to be in people's face. Show them you don't take no shenanigans.
No diggity, no doubt. Okay.
Can I run it?
Absolutely.
Please, chime in. What you think, white chocolate?
I think that a lot of times we question ourselves. We know what it is before we even get into a situation, but we second guess ourselves. Sometimes people second guess themselves based on lack of self-esteem. Sometimes people, you know, second guess themselves just because they're bored, they're lonely, or for whatever reasons. I think a lot of times we know the answers to things before we do it. Only you can answer that question.
Facts.
So I'm big boy status, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what, sis, if you ain't feeling me like that, you know, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to play no games with me. I go, oh, no. You know, I'm going to call you. wait a minute, I ain't asked you to lie to me. Listen,
Right.
you could have just said, you right, I got this going on, I ain't looking, whatever, now move on. But why sit there and take the time after I done gave you the out, after I done told you that, listen, if it ain't nothing, it ain't nothing.
White chocolate.
Okay, hold
I
on.
had to grab the microphone because you know what? I just went live on this situation and I can't stand bitches like this. Okay,
boy.
I can't stand, and it's so disrespectful to our black men. I say black men because I don't deal with, you know what I'm saying? The white, I don't do deport, I don't do the white meat. But anyways, I think it's so disrespectful. Do you know how many men come into like women? And I can't stand it. It's so disrespectful when like as a man. You don't know what it took that man to come into your inbox and to speak to you, ladies. So therefore,
Or important.
or in person,
Yeah.
right. So you don't know what it took for that man to say something to you, and then these little immature, stupid bitches turn around and be like, "Oh, they thirsty. Oh, nigga, you thirsty? Why you all in my inbox with that bullshit?" Like, really? Like you stress the fact when somebody says, "Oh, damn, shorty, that ass fat," or whatever the case may be. But when a man steps to you with respect and some type of decency, you don't have to say that. But we can also take it to y'all's side though too, because it's a lot of times when we turn around and try to low key curve y'all will be like, bitch, you ain't all that anyway.
But with y'all, but the problem is, men, we have been conditioned to not take no for the first answer, because a lot of times with women, no don't mean no. Sometimes no mean go further. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see what you got.
Yeah, no mean.
Well, yeah, because
not so easy.
Yeah, you're correct. You're absolutely. Aren't we some emotional ass creatures?
Yes.
We are. You know why though? But you can tell though. Listen though, serious though. You can low-key tell the signs.
We got about 45 seconds.
Because sometimes women will be like, no, but we want to see if you're gonna go out of your way to chase us. So we're gonna see if you're gonna go out of your way to show us that, you know what I'm saying, you'll fight for us. Right. But you can kind of tell. That goes back, and you over here trying to preach to somebody. You need to take some of that advice yourself.
I'm gonna just say it's 90% nonverbal. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Bam. If you can't feel it by her body language, I'm gonna need you to study women just a little bit more.
You can also follow us on our Facebook and Instagram at The TJ Chatman Show. And remember to keep it locked. The best is yet to come. Let's go.